Welcome to another great episode of Grow Through Positivity. Today I have the honor to have Malka on as a guest. Malka and I connected right here on LinkedIn. I thank you for taking your time and accepting to come on and be a guest. If you could take a minute and introduce yourself, what it is that you do, who is your target market as a client, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for inviting me and reaching out to have me on your podcast. I run a design and marketing agency. We specialize in healthcare, and we work primarily with nursing homes, assisted livings, hospitals. And our goal is to make sure our clients stand out above their competition. Everyone is in business doing something special, otherwise they wouldn't be here. And they're obviously doing something right. So our job is to get deep into what are they doing that's so amazing and make sure they're known in the industry as the best.
Awesome. So I love the fact that you stressed on two specific areas, meaning your niche and recognizing your client as a niche in the market. Where is it that you learned the importance around identifying a company's niche? Is there a book that you read, or how did you detect that?
So I'm in business 20 years. And if you would have said to me 20 years ago, is this where you project yourself 20 years? Never in a million years. I've been very blessed. I've had wonderful clients who their businesses have grown alongside my business. And at a certain point, in the beginning, we would do, a lot of nonprofit work alongside healthcare businesses. And at a certain point, I stopped and said, our nursing homes and our assisted livings are growing 300 and 400% using our materials. I said, there is something that we're doing that is magical. And I realized that we really had a very, very good process. And we had I'm very proud of the staff that I have on our team. And I said, you know what, we're doing such great work in this area. Why should we spread ourselves thin? Because every new business we take on, we have to go very, very deep into their business and really understand the deepest areas of what they do. So why do I want to be working with all the wide variety? Let's hone in on where our specialty is and where our magic is, and let's scale that. And that's really been a wonderful journey for us.
That's beautiful. I have to ask you, with that niche, do you have a geographic that you focus on? Or is it like business owners in the nursing home industry from a specific market, or those that are operating facilities in a specific state? Or is it countrywide and wherever their facilities are?
It's countrywide. However, for the first 17 years of my business, I did zero marketing for ourselves. Everything was our clients and word of mouth. So I'm very highly concentrated in the Chicago and the Midwest area.
Okay. So for my past career at Culinary Depot, I also dealt with a lot of nursing homes. And for all the years, I stick to my market, which was the New York regional market. Never went to the Midwest or down south or to California or anything like that. So I was just wondering, from that sense, how did you? Was it intentional that you go to a specific market, or did you just hone into one market and it just grew?
It exploded, but it was all very natural, and I feel very blessed. The clients that we work with are all very, very passionate. And when we take on a client, they become family, and we really care about them. And we spend a lot of time. I'm very, very careful of how many new clients I onboard each quarter because of the amount of attention that we give to each client.
I have to stop you there a second. You said something very powerful. Each quarter. Why is it that in your head or in your process, is it split into quarters?
Because I always track growth. In order to run a successful business, you must have metrics.
Yes, tell me more about that. No, I know very well about that. But I'll just share with you that Gino Wickman has shared with all the EOS implementers that there's a lot of studies that the human energy actually works best in a 90-day cycle, which is a quarter, 13 weeks. So it's a coincidence that you said that. And that is a great time, because every 90 days, you got to come up for air, reflect back, reset, set new goals. And it's a great cadence to do that 4 times a year. And it works well with the calendar year, and it works very well with the human energy. Like you said, you have a great team. That could be one of your secret sauces that you didn't realize, that just by setting those quarterly reviews or recognizing what you're doing per quarter really energizes your people in a good way, and it gives them the ability to get re-energized. So that's just a little takeaway over there. So
we believe in a 4-day work week. We're all about, as you see up there, that's the mantra behind everything that we do in the office. And there's no need for everyone to be sitting here 40 hours a week, just kind of, we're very, very intentional. We work Monday through Thursday. When we're working, we are full, steam ahead. But I like to give my staff off on Friday. That way they can have that nice balance. I'll typically land up in the office on Friday mornings, but again, that's part of running a business. But as far as my staff, it's very important to me that they have that life.
Good. It's awesome. A life-work balance results to the best work ethics and the most productivity accomplished.
We do as much in a 4-day week as other agencies do in 5.
Yeah. I can't agree more with you. And I take that lesson from behind you. Less is more. We teach that in EOS. It's the first of the 5 leadership abilities. It's to simplify. How do you simplify? Less is more. And then I tell everybody, if you're not sure if you simplify it one more time and see how you can get deeper into it and understand, what can I take out of it? What's the noise that's attached to it? How many people are touching it? I mean, there's a million ways how to simplify. So I love that you said that.
But it's so important. Meet anybody and ask what they do, and they usually will ramble on, and just cut to the chase. What do you do in a simple manner? Just, if you cannot explain it simply, then you have work to do, because no one wants to hear long stories.
Right.
And if you're introducing with jargon and things people don't understand, then you're missing your target audience, and you're missing a lot of sales opportunities.
I can't agree more. I think the 90-second elevator pitch is down to 17 seconds today with our human intention to detail.
Well, our attention span right now is 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Okay. Very much, because a goldfish is 9 seconds.
Okay, good. So I want to ask you a question. With your experience and your knowledge, how do you direct people, or how do you decide for a client if they're going to use the material that you put together for a marketing campaign and internal with their salespeople or with their marketing staff, versus going to social media, LinkedIn, a public platform, if I may ask?
So I listen.
Okay.
The first meeting is the prospect is doing all the talking. I want to hear what their challenges are, what they've done in the past, where they want to be in a year from now, where they want to be in 5 years from now. And then based on that, we make a plan for them. Amazing.
Wow. And where do you see today's market? Are people more in tuned to have their content put out on social media? Or, back in the day when I started in the healthcare, it was all, trifold and the human to human interaction in regards to the healthcare of how they engage with the local hospitals or family members of those that are in need of their services. Where do you see the trends today in the healthcare space?
A lot is over social media. People want authentic content. So storytelling is huge, and nursing homes that can get somebody in their homes videoing, showing that their residents are happy and being taken care of properly, they get tremendous ROI on that. It's very, very important that everyone's website projects correctly on who they are. So often you go to a website and it's not maintained and it looks like it was done 15 years ago. That's being generous. And if someone comes to your website and doesn't know what you specialize in, oh, you're just another nursing home? No, every nursing home has something unique. And that's what our job is. We have to dig down and figure out, what is your specialty? Why do people come to your nursing home versus your competition down the block? And then we make sure that everybody knows.
So I wanted to ask you actually that because you touched on it a little bit where you said, content can be old on a website, can be outdated. What's your recommendation or how do you guide your clients in regards to it's time to update it, or let's put the time and effort and resources and money into updating the next video? How often are they creating new content to put out there?
So if a brand is created correctly, it should stand the test of time. If your logo is solid, there's no need for you to have to revise it every 10 to 15 years. If you want to do a slight tweak, that's fine. But anything that we put out, anything that we do, we're already in 2030, 2035. We're not interested in trends. We're in here. We want to make sure that there's certain rules to make sure that a logo is going to achieve its goals. It's not just a pretty picture. A logo gives a message. It's the front door to your brand. It sets the tone. So when that's set up correctly and your marketing pieces are set up correctly, a brochure, yes, a lot of it is word of mouth. It's when the social workers go out and meet the patients. But at the end of the day, when the social worker says to the family, mom is going to a nursing home in 24 hours, you have 3 choices, and they give the family 3 brochures. You better make sure that your brochure is the strongest in the pack.
Right. Has to stand out. So a tip maybe to our listeners, and you mentioned a lot of them just in the last few minutes in regards to that whole logo. What's maybe the one thing that if someone's starting a business right now and he doesn't have the biggest budget, what is it that he could put his effort or time or resources to that he will be ahead of the curve, 10 years down the line, or he won't regret it 5 years in?
Make sure that your website speaks to your target audience. Make sure that anything you put out has been checked and polished, that it speaks to your target audience. No one wants fluff. You lose your audience immediately. Figure out what you're unique in and capitalize on that. And if somebody needs help with that, that's what we do, brand strategy, to make sure that our clients stand out. There's no fluff. Everything's based on research and a lot of strategy. Even though I have a full office full of designers, but that's not what's most important. It's the messaging is king. And the design is only there to make sure that the message is heard.
Awesome. I appreciate it. That brings us to an end of this short episode. Malka, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, and your tips for our audience. If you want to get in touch with Malka, she's right here on LinkedIn. You can direct message her. Before I let you go, I have one question. Is there
anybody? We did start a newsletter, and what I'm hearing from my audience is that it's very, very easy to read. It's practical for a wide audience of business owners. And if you go onto our website, bettercomarketing.com, just scroll to the bottom of the page and you can sign up. It's once a week and people enjoy it.
Good. And it's important to have the audience that are watching this get used to reading content and staying engaged in a specific area, because the more knowledgeable you get about something, the more you'll do something about it. So reach out to betterco.com and sign up to this newsletter. Better marketing. Okay, good. Thank you again for coming on. I appreciate your time. For those that want to be a guest on this podcast, please feel free to reach out to me right here on LinkedIn. Malka, thank you so much.
My pleasure.